sack. Chris Jones smokes Phillip Rivers right back at the 40.
He's not banking on the skill that he's been blessed with.
It's a Celtic, great catch, touchdown, Kansas City.
Trouble flings it across his body, and it's caught by Hill. Hill has it.
He's 30, he's at the 20, Dirty Dan, all the way to the end zone.
Well, unfortunately, for the second straight week here on Chiefs Rewind, we're going to talk about a loss, a 31-24 game against the Houston Texans. We expected a lot of offense in this game. Man, just a thin line, thin margin, and the Texans get the victory. But 9 straight possessions, the Texans got into Kansas City territory.
Man, the play-by-play took drastic swings both ways, right? The pendulum, the momentum, the fans were here, the crowd was loud. We felt the energy all game long. It just seems like the amount of penalties, every time it was a flag on the field, it felt like it was draining the crowd, right? They were just getting so overcome by bad calls, or what they consider not calls on the side of the Chiefs, but and those played such a big part of the outcome of the game. I just think that the Chiefs, like they said, they got to heal up fast and be ready to go to Denver and win a division game on Thursday.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, but it was so good to have TYREEK Hill back on the field. You could just feel the energy, the high point the ball, and the 46-yard touchdown to start the game was amazing. What about getting TYREEK Hill back and what it means for this team, not just on offense, but the whole team?
Yeah, it was definitely multiplied by not having Sammy Watkins out there. We really needed the big play ability of TYREEK Hill, and for him to climb that ladder and reach over that defender and pull down that ball, and not only grab the ball, but also fight for a touchdown. It just shows what kind of big play capability TYREEK Hill really has.
Yeah, and the Chiefs again chopped up on the offensive line. Rankin had to start at left guard, only his second start there in his career, former Texan. But also another positive was, we're going to talk to Charvarius Ward later in the show here. His pick preserved a 24-23 lead. Now the Chiefs get the ball back, up one, and you're thinking this is where they could maybe get some distance in the game.
Definitely. Big play players make big plays and big opportunities in the game, and that was one of the biggest plays of the game. C-Dub, he makes that interception, gives it to our offense, and a chance to go and take control of the game. Again, like you said, too many drives this game ended up with missed field goals, punts, and just not enough points on our side of the board.
Yeah, 6 drive possessions out of 10 for the offense, and a 3-and-out right after the Chiefs got that interception from C-Dub to keep a 24-23 lead. Thornhill also had an interception early in the game. That was also in the red zone. And to keep Deshaun Watson out, there was an alert play by Thornhill.
Oh, Thornhill, always a ball hawk, making great plays. And now we overlooking one of great strip fumble recovery by Frank Clark to begin the onslaught as we started to get some momentum on the opposite side of the board. We get up 17-3. We was leading by 14 points, and then when the momentum changed, they took control. It's like we could never really get back on steering in the right direction. A lot of those calls just kind of put us behind the sticks and made it really tough to get things going.
Final question before we go to the break. I want to ask you about defending the run. Their RPO game was outstanding. I mean, that's what Deshaun Watson does. But overall, defending the run as the Chiefs go in now to Denver, a team that loves to run the ball, where does this stop?
I think we just play gap control, continue to let the defensive line just penetrate. Penetration is what stops all these downhill runs, whether it's the RPO, the option, triple option. That RPO game is something that penetration is needed to stop it. Our defensive line did a great job of penetrating. It allows the linebackers to get going downhill and making plays at the line for losses. The more we can do that, the more people wouldn't feel so comfortable running the ball against us.
Got a lot more to come, including how the Chiefs handle this next 96 hours.
All right, as far as the injuries go, really Kendall Fuller is the only one. He hurt his thumb. And they'll have that x-rayed and looked at here. I've got to do a better job of getting our team ready to go, and that's where it starts. We're more disciplined than what we're showing with the penalties and drops and so on. We've got in tackling. We've got to we've got a bunch of things we've got to work on here and get them turned around. I've seen us do it better, and we will do it better. And as coaches, we got to make sure we're putting the guys in the right position, and that, again, starts right here with me. There are a bunch of things to look at, but again, penalties, time of possession, those are pretty big at this time. Taking advantage of turnovers, we got to make sure that we do a better job offensively, taking advantage of turnovers and scoring touchdowns, and that's again, that's my responsibility. So anyway, with that, time's yours.
This week, only 11 times for 53 was there.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's some of what you deal with if you're in an RPO game. If you're doing that, you're going to have some that end up being throws. But that's how we roll, and we'll go back and look at it and see what we need to do better there. I mean, that's, that starts with me.
Andy, what was it? Did you get the explanation? Did it make sense to you on the play where they picked the flag up, where Pat threw the interception?
Well, they gave me an explanation, yeah, they did. And so you take what they give you and you try to get going again. I mean, there's no use sitting there arguing about it more than what we did. So you got to move on.
Was it just the same explanation that they announced as far as the target there?
Yeah, that was kind of it, yeah.
Andy, obviously you wouldn't put Patrick out there. You know he's able to play, but I'm wondering if you're seeing any difference in his mechanics at all with the way he's favoring the end.
No, listen, he's done a pretty good job the last couple of weeks. So I mean, he's made some nice throws, and so I haven't. And I'm not telling you it doesn't hurt, but he's been doing a nice job out there.
TYREEK back, obviously 2 touchdowns, 10 targets. Did he look like the TYREEK Hill that you've seen in practice last week?
Yeah, it was good to get him back out there. That was probably a positive to have him back out there and come out healthy, most of all. So, yes.
You limited his snaps a little bit. Obviously, that was the plan. Because you got a game Thursday, or is that going to?
Yeah, just getting them back in the swing of the game, and we do. We have a quick turnaround, and so our guys know that we got to bounce back from this. We got to learn from our mistakes and get back and get ready for a good Denver team.
Andy, do you want Thornhill to drop that ball on that player? You want him intercepted?
Yeah, I was on the bench when that went on, so I'm not sure I got the whole picture of it. So I'll have to go back and look at that.
Andy, with the run defense, is it something different every play that's sort of plaguing that, or is there something you can sort of put your finger on that's been pretty consistent there?
Yeah, well, the obvious is that there are too many holes, and we've got to make sure that we squeeze on those and fill. So that's the basics of it. But it's not one person doing. That's not the problem.
How do you feel like the pass defense did?
We were better there than the run defense. So they had almost 200 yards running the football. So we got to tighten that up.
Coach, last week you said you need to do a lot better job up front on defense and offensive lines. Early in the game, you kind of call more rollouts and things like that to protect the line. How did you feel the line held up today?
Yeah, we did some good things, but we got to cut down on the penalties all the way around. I mean, really, it comes down to that. Whoever's making, wherever there are quite a few holding penalties here, and we've got to get rid of those. So, on both sides of the ball.
You were able to put points on the board in the first half. Is that what you wanted to see as far as like last week? You weren't able to do that going forward. Is that?
Yeah. You want to do it really every series. You want to put it on, but. It was better early, but we got to finish stronger. We got to finish games, and we got to do a better job all the way around.
Coach, each one of you guys tried to challenge one was an offensive pass interference, and you were on the defensive side. On yours, I mean, the definition is egregious. I mean, you threw it because you obviously thought you could get it. Is that just going to be really hard for anyone to get that thing?
Yeah, it's really hard. It's a hard thing to get those overturned. I mean, I know that from it being statistical, the statistical analysis of it throughout the season. It's the chance of getting it is small. But I thought he was tackled, so I thought I'd throw it on there and see what happened. But it didn't work out.
Last one, Coach, with it being 2 in a row now, just what's your message, your challenge to the veteran leaders on this team?
Yeah. So we've got good character in that locker room all the way around, and so we've got to stay positive and upbeat with it and learn from the mistakes. I mean, that's what we've got to do. I've seen us play better, so that's my responsibility. Make sure we get to that position, and but the character of this team is solid. We got to flip a few things. The margin of winning and losing in this league is minute, and you're just a play or two away from coming out of this thing with a win. And so we've got to take care of business. That's what we have to do. And every season is going to give you some hurdles that you have to scale there, and this is one of those challenges. So it tests you, but we'll bear down. We'll bear down and get it done. Okay?
It felt amazing. Every day I thank God, put me in this position to be able to play the game that I love, take care of the people that I love, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just thankful to be back on the field. So, like you said, not the result that we wanted, but I'm thankful to be back on the field.
A pair of touchdowns, though. Can you take us through both of those?
It's just Pat just trusting me on the first one, and the second was just, you know what I'm saying, just Pat creating opportunities and me just finding the open seams in the zone. So,
how much does that show his unselfish leadership? Because he could have easily ran that in, but instead he wanted to make you look good.
It's just Pat, our MVP quarterback, so I thank him for the easy touchdown.
That first one just kind of grabbed in front of two guys. That was pretty.
I'm just making him play for my quarterback. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make him look the best. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. That's my boy. So if he throw it up, I tell each and every one of the receivers, that's our ball. It don't matter if it's 5 people around us for it or 1. We going to get the ball. We attacking the ball.
Where do you guys go from here now after this?
We just use this as like one of those adversity moments. We just build off this. We just continue to build throughout the season. And we're going to bounce back, baby. We're the Chiefs. That's what we do. We got the MVP quarterback, we got the best tight end in the league. We got the best offensive line in the league, in my opinion. So we just going to keep building off that.
What happened in the second half where it kind of slowed down a little bit offensively?
I don't know. I'm just out there running my routes, doing my thing, So that's what I tell my guys. control what we can control, So that's what we do.
TYREEK, when did you know you were going to play there?
I've been new, for real, though. I talked to a lot of people. Rick, Coach Reed. So everybody was, involved in the situation. So they asked me how I felt, and I told them, obviously, I'm going to say I want to play because I missed 4 weeks, so I played.
Did you feel limited at all?
Not really. I played. I'm just happy. Like I said, I'm just limited, act, fool. I don't care. As long as I'm out there with my brothers, it don't matter.
Couple more, guys. Not only did you play, you did a backflip. How long had you been waiting to do that?
It's just something that just popped in my head, trying to add to my celebration.
Okay, cool. Thanks, TYREEK.
Thank you, guys.
Well, this cornerback, CHARVARIUS Ward, I got to ask you, that pick in the end zone seemed like a big play to preserve a 24-23 lead. What happened on that play? Walk us through it.
I just played my technique. The coaches have been teaching me all season and all off season as well. That was one of the better plays of my career. So, I'm happy I made the play, but I wish I could have ran it back for a touchdown if it would have helped us win. But, that was one of the best plays of my career. So, I made a good play.
It had been 102 yards. That would have been a feeling going all the way back. But just the difficulty of defending Houston today. They got 9 straight possessions in Chiefs territory, and just the weapons they have and your ability to get some stops, but maybe not enough.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson, he's a great quarterback. He's right up there with Patrick Mahomes. DeAndre Hopkins, he's one of the top 3 receivers in the league, and Will Fuller as well. He run 4.3, so they got a lot of weapons on the offensive side. Plenty of players on defense. We just got to execute a little bit better. We just got to execute a little bit better and finish the game. We started off the game great. We just got to finish better, finish as good as we started.
They crushed Atlanta on big plays. You guys didn't give up big plays today. It was just kind of this nitpicky stuff. Right. 6-12. How do you get these teams off the field?
We this close to being where we want to be. We just got to take that next step in practice, whether it's in practice, in the film room, in the weight room, or whatever. We just got to take one more step. We're gonna be where we want to be as a defense. We just got to keep on progressing. It's coming. It's coming.
And working together with guys, I mean, you got Mo Claiborne back there. There's always some time. It always takes some time. What about getting on the same page?
With Mo?
With Mo or anybody else back there. I mean, you played with a bunch of different guys.
The whole coaching staff knew. Majority of the secondary and the defense knew as well. I mean, we just got to keep gelling together in practice, communicating, talking to each other. I mean, and making plays as a unit. I mean, to help our team out in. But we're going to get there sooner before later.
You've been around this league a while. You know what it's like on a short week.
Yes, sir.
This league does not wait. Right. And it's like, here you go. You got to go win a division game on a short week. I mean, how do you approach it?
I mean, we got to put this game behind us ASAP. I mean, learn from our mistakes quickly. And we got to be on to the Broncos. I mean, they're a good team. They got good receivers, good quarterback, good defense. We got a good team as well. We just got to, I mean, they played today too, so they're going to be tired as well. But, I mean, better team will win Thursday.
How do you personally handle it? Recovery, get right into your Denver playbook? I mean, we're flying on Wednesday.
Yeah, you got to eat good throughout the week. These 3 days, you got to get in the cold tub, the hot tubs, get massages. I mean, just you got to treat your body like a temple over these next 3 days, just because it's a quick turnaround. And being in the NFL is grueling. It's a hard game to play, so you got to take care of your body over these next 3 days.
No, not necessarily. I mean, for us, how we feel and how we have been as an offense is that we're going to try to score on every single drive. There were some drives in the second half that we couldn't get going, that we got the final score whenever it's a close ball game in the end of the game.
Patrick, if you thought your ankle was bugging you enough that it's preventing you from being able to do all you want to do, would you be able to say, I can't go, or is it just too hard because you're so competitive?
Yeah, if I felt like my ankle was affecting the team and the success of the offense, I would for sure move on. But at the same time, I feel like I'm still moving around. I'm still able to run, scramble, throw, and I mean, we haven't executed at a high enough success rate as offense.
Did you aggravate it on that one play where it looked like you got hit in multiple ways?
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily aggravated it. A big dude just fell on it. And so I think even if it was hurt before or wasn't hurt, it would have hurt anyways just from that guy falling on it.
Does it sort of quantify how close you are to being 100% or at least where you feel like you need to be?
I feel like I'm good now, honestly. I mean, I'm still able to scramble, I'm still able to run and do all those different things. And so obviously I'll still get treatment and stuff like that, but I feel like I can still do everything I need to do.
Patrick, on that play with Kelsey that ends up being an interception, did you already know there was a flag coming and change your throw because of that?
Well, the play was kind of designed where Kels was doing a double move, and I was kind of letting him work it, knowing it was man coverage, and I saw him, I guess, getting ready to do his move, and I went to throw it to the spot to give him a chance, and then he wasn't there. And so after you looked at it, you realized he kind of got tackled, so that's the reason he wasn't there. But with how the rule works, I guess that they said that since the ball was uncatchable, that it wasn't pass interference or something.
They actually said because it wasn't the receiver, but that actually was the receiver.
Yeah, Kels was supposed to run a little double move up the sideline where he kind of went out and back up, and he tried to go out and he got tackled, and so that was the end of that.
Once the flag was down, you guys thought it was still going to be your ball. What was that 30 seconds like when you were trying to explain that to the referee?
Yeah, well, I mean, we were just trying to get we're trying to get an explanation from the referee on why they picked up the flag and what was the reasoning. And they said that the ball was in I had thrown the ball when he was getting held, which is a rule that if it's uncatchable, you can't call pass interference. But I mean, the reasoning of him actually running the double move was the reason he fell down, and that was uncatchable. It shook me, but you have to move on. You have to play. You have to find a way to play better after that flag and find ways to win the game.
He didn't like your explanation, I guess. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think they had gotten the call or something, so there was nothing they really could do. I mean, I know they're doing their best job trying to officiate the game the right way, and so I mean, once it's over, it's over. You have to move on.
Patrick, sort of similarly on the penalty situation, you probably wouldn't have thrown that ball, I guess, on the first touchdown if not for the offside.
Yeah, you get offsides. We had put ourselves in a hole with 3rd and 20 or whatever it was. So we had an offsides play, and so instead of going for maybe trying to get in the field goal range, knowing that I had those the free play, I put it up there for TYREEK, and he made a great play.
Surprised that he went up and got that ball in between two guys?
No, that dude can jump out of the gym, man. I mean, if you ever see him dunking, I mean, he can jump up there and he can make plays, and so it's good to have him back. He played well today. I mean, he'll keep getting more and more back in the offense as we keep getting him back.
How much pressure does he relieve off of this offense?
Yeah, he definitely helps everyone. The added attention that they have to give TYREEK, it helps open up other guys. And, I mean, we just have to find ways to have more success as an offense and be more efficient whenever we get our opportunities to find ways to win.
And as a quarterback, is it kind of disheartening the last couple of games that you haven't been more balanced or a little bit, 60-40 pass run, with the type of possession that you all have had the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I think that just goes with the flow of the game. I mean, obviously, we want to be able to let our defense get a little bit more rest and not have those 3 and outs. But, I mean, on the drives that we did have success on, I felt like we ran the ball, we threw the ball short, we threw it long, and we moved it with the running game. And so just having more of those, not having those 3 and outs, not putting our defense right back on the field will definitely help out the whole team.
Last one, Patrick, what's your message to the team on short week?
Yeah, I mean, you got to bounce back. I mean, we're going to Denver, which is not an easy place to play at, against a division opponent, and so we know that you gotta have to right the ship. You have to make sure you get this thing going the right way again, and they're going to give us a great effort, and so we have to make sure that we find a way to come out with the win at the end.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Pat.
Mitch, I got to ask you, just getting Tyreek Hill back today and making that incredible play, just the lift that he gives the entire offense.
Yeah, I mean, you see it with that first touchdown. He's not the tallest guy in the field, but he always seems to go up and snatch those out of the air. And, his just will to catch the ball, come down with it. And then, I mean, even when he got down, he was at the 2, he was fighting and scrapping to get across for the touchdown. And just an awesome player. I mean, he opens everything up for us, obviously. He's the fastest guy, NFL's seen in a long time, if not ever. So, yeah, I mean, it's huge for us.
You and I talked throughout the week. I mean, J.J. Watt, Merciless, Bernard McKinney, Reeder, they got a great defensive front. And there were 6 drive possessions out of 10 in this game, and a chance with the interception by Ward to maybe seize control of the game. What about missing that opportunity?
Yeah, I think offensively when we look back, it's, going to be a lot of frustration. Could have done this, should have done that, could have been better here. I mean, we know they're good players, but, it doesn't excuse, things that didn't go well on our side. So, there's always, kind of said this after last week too, but there's always a lot of correctable stuff. And, it's really what the work week's about. And then, it's making sure that stuff shows up on Sunday. It doesn't really matter how hard or how well you practice if it doesn't show up. So, kind of just trusting the practice plan and, everything coach is telling us and teaching us and making sure, it actually shows up on Sunday so we're able to get the job done.
And Rankin gets only his 2nd start at left guard in his career. It seemed like he held up okay in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know exactly from my spot, but yeah, it seemed like, a lot of holdings. It didn't seem like anyone on him, and it seemed like he kind of had his guy locked down and had a couple nice runs over the left side, so I'm guessing he had some good movement there. The one early run to the right where he pulled and kicked out on the end, and Shawn gets right in behind him. So, yeah, he's a real good player. He's impressed us since he got here, and obviously going against his former guys, I think, probably knew a little more than we did about what to expect. But, yeah, we're excited to have him.
Final question deals with a quick turnaround. One of the challenges of all of professional sports is the NFL Sunday to Thursday, particularly when they're on the road. Individually, how do you handle this as a team?
Yeah, I think, individually you do, everything you can to recover. Whether it's tonight, throwing on some recovery boots or things of that nature, you need to get a massage, just whatever, staying on top, stretching, trying to get the lactic acid out as much as possible. Typically those Thursday night games are division games or games against familiar teams. So, I know what Von Miller is about. So, but this year they got a defensive coordinator, so, scheme's a little different and kind of just getting a head start on that. But you're comfortable, relatively with the personnel, the guys you're facing. So I think, especially coming off a tough one, just, kind of is nice to be able to get back to it and focus on someone else and, get that preparation started.
Yeah, coaches, obviously harp on that, and, we talk about that, and, I think it hurt us a couple times a day. I remember one time we had him down on the 10-yard line. We get the PI call, and that drive turned into a touchdown. So, yeah, it's a lot of that today.
Yeah, on the 4th down, I know you guys did just sort of a zero blitz. Just how tough is it to get the shot when he's so mobile and is still able to make a play there to sort of end the game?
Yeah, we go zero blitz, and they line up in empty. you know, if the pressure don't get there, somebody's gonna be wide open. That's just the NFL. So, yeah, we got to do a better job, you know, front end and back end, and you know, got to start realizing that we need each other, up front, back end, everybody in between. You know, it's a group effort. Until we buy into that, we'll keep playing like that.
Was it frustrating how they were able to keep slowly churning out yards on the ground?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, each and every week, you know, they seem to do that. We got to do a better job, especially on the back end, just coming up, you know, making tackles, and you know, yeah, got to do a better job.
Teachable moment for Juan Thornhill there with the interception in the end zone at the end of the first half.
Well, I thought that was a great play. Yeah, I mean, that's why he's our starter. You know, that's why he's here to you know, really make impact plays like that. I thought that play was huge. You know, before the half, obviously we didn't get what we wanted out of it, but that was a big time play.
Okay, thanks guys.
So the Chiefs lose to the Texans 31-24. This is a league that does not wait. It does not feel sorry for you. It's not going to go, oh, have a couple extra days. Barbershop, you played in the league for 10 years. How do the Chiefs handle this? Reeling a bit to go to Denver and to get a win in the division.
Man, one game at a time. It's not only one play at a time, one practice at a time, but it's one game at a time. So it's definitely important that our Chiefs lick their wounds, get in the cold tub, get in the meeting room, and just take advantage of all the film work to make sure they get back on the horse. We're going to Denver to get a win. That's plain and simple. We're going to Denver to get a win.
And for Mahomes, it looked like as he started this game, he'd have 500 yards passing with that 100-yard plus first quarter on that drive, or close to it. But now for him to battle back, quick turnaround, quick fix, quick study.
Yeah, quick study, quick fix. Just continue to go back to the fundamentals. I think that's the one thing you do as a player when you're a little bit off and you're going on a losing streak. You go back to the fundamentals, get back to the film room, work on the little details, and those things will take care of the big things.
And a matter of pride here, too, for this team to fight back, because when you lose 2 in a row and you have all these injuries, things can kind of get a little weird, but a matter of pride and keeping the locker room together and unified.
Definitely, and as you know, starting this season, everybody has Super Bowl aspirations. When you go 4-0, 5-0, people, they kind of build it to the end of the season. They want to fast forward. But these are the type of games. Sometimes losses you learn more than victories.
Yep.
And those are the type of things that make you go back to the drawing board and find out what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, get those things corrected. And then when the game is over and the season's over and it's time to go to the postseason, you'll be a better team for those.
And the final question deals with playing a division opponent. How much does that help your focus and preparation, particularly when you have literally just hours to get ready for this game?
Hey, man, I always said, those divisional games count double.
Yep.
So this win's going to count double, man. We need to go up there, go to the Broncos, take care of business, and come back home 5-2.
And Andy Reid is 22-3 against the AFC West in the last 25 games. Chiefs lose it here. Now they get ready to go win on Thursday night at Denver.
Chiefs Rewind is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs, and by Community America Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.